Today I almost made a comment about how much energy and time I put into being witty in my daily life, and then I changed my mind because I was like, no, that's actually a perfectly good use of my time. Because it's so much harder to separate the wheat from the chaff when it comes to indie books, I spent a lot of time looking at some really bad covers. That's not the best analogy because I'm gluten-free, so separating the wheat from the chaff actually is just going to fuck me over both ways. Separate the babes from the fuckboys? I'm going to try and separate the Benedict Cumberbatches from the Johnny Lee Millers. So basically, I made 3 really bad book covers for 3 really bad books that I invented, and here they are. In the process, I discovered that I'm way too good at it, so good that I'm thinking about quitting both writing and coffee to do this full time. Bad book cover designer, 2K15, forever. Was that an Anthony Fantano reference? It's not entirely the most relevant reference, but we'll take it. Yeah, we're definitely going to need more chocolate to get through this. Just a PSA, 60% of your enjoyment of this video is going to depend entirely on your familiarity with certain obscure species of rodent. Let's just cut to the covers, I think. So the first cover I've got for you is 3 Pikas and a baby, in brackets, a human baby. This one isn't even like so bad it's funny, it's just so bad that it's bad. Quite frankly, I'm embarrassed that I'm putting this on the internet, but I had some more ideas for covers, but I only made 3, so here we go. Fun fact, that's definitely Tom Selleck's actual moustache photoshopped onto that Pika. The moral of this cover is, if you can't tell the difference between a good font and a bad font and a fucking awful font, then hire a designer, give that designer all your money and your documents and your passport, and dig a little hole and climb into the hole and get that designer to just like cover you up and pat you down and just stay there. The next cover I've got for you is for a book called Love Muffin. This is where I really discovered my genius level ability to come up with really bad concepts for romance plots. I'm actually far too proud of this one. This is about a baker who falls in love with a gluten-free lawyer, and this story is all about if they can really overcome that. As a side note, I totally gendered the baker and the gluten-free lawyer in my head. I was like, oh, it's a baker lady and a bro lawyer. And then I actually looked at the sentence I'd written and I was like, there is nothing gendered in that, you asshole. These ideas are all adoptable, they're all freebies, you can even use these covers if you want, so you're welcome. Anyone who does want to take this Love Muffin concept, apply any genders to the baker and the gluten-free lawyer that you want, because I was being some bullshit just there. The moral of this cover is readability. Make it fucking readable. That might help. You know, now is not the time to dance coyly around your book title like a fairy with commitment issues. This book is actually written by J.T. Timbersworth, which is a pen name based on someone who really likes Justin Timberlake. But you can barely fucking tell because it's unreadable. I wonder if the fact that the gingerbread man's bow tie is invisible is a plot point. You know, probably then we're bringing in some sci-fi elements, which is a bit mixed messages, so maybe try and not do that. So my last book cover for you is moving away from the sort of romance and drama and into action, and that's Age of the Daegu by Michael Bay. So this is a monster story in the vein of Godzilla about a giant daegu who destroys the city. So the moral of this cover is really know your target audience. This book's target audience is penises. Not for men specifically, just penises. That's really evident, I think, in the typography in this. The whole stretched font thing is definitely something that appeals to penises. Yeah, and maybe like a side moral of this cover would be always add lasers to everything because it makes everything better. Alternative moral to this cover might be that I should not be allowed Photoshop. I'm going to end with one real tip about book covers, which is if you're thinking about designing it yourself, find some really honest people who will tell you for realsies if you should do that or not. Try and find either friends and family who are okay with ripping your heart out, or just go to some strangers and as soon as anyone makes this face, just hire a designer. And you know, the great thing about indie publishing is you have all the control. You know, if you release a book and you later realise that the cover isn't up to scratch, you can re-release it with a new cover, you know, like you can do that. You are the master of your own tiny universe. So don't be that guy playing The Sims who builds walls around all of them until they drown in their own pee. So yeah, that's the end of this video. This was a tough one. I did nothing all week planning for this video because I was like, oh, I've got my badge book covers that I'm going to do a video about, and then I was like, those are just book covers that you made. Like, they kind of speak for themselves, so how are you speaking about them in a video for however long? Still managed it. Might have been a waste of makeup. I'm Rachel Stephen. I do bookish things on YouTube. I write books. I've written a sci-fi book called State of Flux. It's still available on Amazon and anywhere else that you can probably think of. That might have been overestimating it a wee bit. The point is, you can see all the different places you can buy it at my site at rachelstephen.com. It's about graffiti artists and magic realism, ice powers, hard times, good times, banter, tragedy, life itself. So yeah, I fuck about on the internet a lot as well. You can find me on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, where I'm having far too much fun. All the links for those are just down below. And if you haven't already, you should probably subscribe to my channel because the squirrels have made me their queen. Nobody wants to fight an army of squirrels. I speak from experience. This video's been a lot more sexual than usual. I'm gonna make a roller coaster tycoon joke, I think. Whoa. Oh look, there is a dog in this video. You know, height, length, that sort of thing. This has gone weird places. It's really weird to have a boss interruption instead of an Elfie. Elfie's not in the house right now, and it's really strange not having a tiny dog try to sabotage your every effort. Ross! What you doing? Sometimes I can speak fast. Like the Gilmore Girls do. Cool, the apocalypse has just begun outside in the form of rain. So that's ideal. I am pretty much the queen of Burgundy. So. Oh, it makes me look so much better to have a dark backdrop. Look at that. Fuck. That's unfortunate. Should I just do the whole video like this?